Radical.
All right, I think I've heard enough. This is an e-bagger I actually recommend. You know, the longer I've been on YouTube, the more I'm noticing e-begging is becoming more accepted. This guy in particular has a join. I don't know if he has a Patreon, but he definitely has the join right there. And it's just generally something that we're going to have to accept. So these people are in our society. So I don't have to like it, but I do have to accept it. There's nothing that's going to stop these e-beggars like Dr. Sten Ekberg from e-begging on YouTube with their joins and whatnot. What we can do is make a choice, a determination, is if the upload is actually of high quality and very informative and helpful to your health. And I think this one is. This is called Top 10 Most Harmful Foods People Keep Eating. Now, I am no expert, I'm no doctor, but I've actually shared with you a lot of my personal trials and tribulations and things that I can eat, things that I can eat, a lot of my issues through the years. And I've been trying to be helpful to a lot of you. And this guy is pretty much spot on here. I'm halfway through this, and I could definitely shake my head and agree, as a guy that has lots of stomach issues, these are things that you don't want to eat. He started talking, and like I said, he started talking about 10. He was going to talk about 10. And I went through about 5 of these. So I'm recording this before I even finish this. I'm going to finish this because I've already learned a good bit about what's in these foods from Dr. Sten Ekberg. Okay, the first thing he talks about is canned soup. I was big on Progresso soup for a while, but I had this problem, where I would actually wind up just throwing up the soup and not understanding why, or just feeling really queasy. I couldn't keep down the Progresso soup. And he talks about all these things that are in canned soup. And I didn't know this, but if you see enriched on a label, you think, oh, okay, something's enriched. It means that he described it as, let's say you have $100, someone takes the 100 and gives you back $2. It means they've actually stripped something and then replaced it. And most people just point to the amount of salt in soup, but no, there's a whole lot of things here. He explains monosodium glutamate is bad, the cornstarch, the protein isolate. That sounds good too. Hey, protein isolated. But no, he says that's pretty bad too. Then he moves on to talk about white bread. A lot of you know this. You don't want white bread. You don't even want wheat bread. He basically says that's just stripped down, and it just turns, once it hits your body, it turns right into sugar. And in canned tuna, this is the thing I didn't know. This is going to be very helpful to a lot of you that have pregnant wives. Do not let your pregnant wife eat canned tuna because it has traces of mercury in it. And that, he said, has been linked to actually being negative for the baby. So keep your pregnant wives away from canned tuna. And diet soda. This is one of two things, along with chips. He questioned, he didn't even know this was, like, it's not even a drink. It has nutritional value. He said he equates it to something I forget, but it was very funny. And wasn't even trying to crack a joke. He was generally just confused that this was considered a food product or a beverage. Now, talks about how it's got aspartame in it. I've talked about aspartame in the past, and a lot of you disagree that aspartame could be harmful, but basically that breaks down into ethanol and then formaldehyde. But as far as being harmful, just itself, diet soda has no nutritional value. Now, what else has no nutritional value is potato chips. And what he said made a lot of sense here. He said it creates a bottomless craving. Exactly. Spot on. There's many times I've been eating some potato chips and the bag is gone before I know it because I've been watching something, and then there's just empty calories. Or maybe some, there was one kind of chip, I forget what it was, like a rice chip. Anything that's like a chip that is very thin has been, what's the word? Not manufactured, but there's a word for it. Forgive me, I forget the exact word, but processed. Yes. It's been over processed into oblivion. Potato chips, he said when he got here to the States, he was surprised it was even considered a food product. and not just like, the lightest of snacks. So some people point to the high salt, the high fat. He says that's not the issue, is the fact that it creates that bottomless craving, which means you'll eat more and more. And it is inflammatory, has the oils that are inflammatory, and is super processed. So I'm halfway through this, and I agree with this guy. I think this is a very helpful upload. There needs to be more uploads like this on YouTube. This is not an empty calorie upload. For what it is, I would say this is a very nice upload from Yes and Ebeggers. I recommend this upload. I do not recommend, however, that you join up on his join, because Dr. Sten Ekberg, we should not be requesting money and e-begging from our own subscribers. Naughty, naughty, naughty doctor.